Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to fire up a grammar time machine and get a handle on one of the most useful and sometimes tricky tenses in English, the present perfect. So let's get right into it.
So the best way to wrap your head around the present perfect is to think of it just like this. It's a time machine. Lopez has this great way of putting it. Its special power is connecting something that happened in the past directly to what's happening right now. It's like a bridge between then and now. And hey, a huge welcome to all of Francisco Lopez's students. We're so glad you're here. And, if you're just stumbling upon this and it's starting to click for you, do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We've got a lot more content just like this coming your way. All right, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll cover how the machine works, the basic formula. Then, we get to choose our destination, the 3 main ways to use it. We'll talk about fueling the engine, how to avoid some time paradoxes, and then the best part, it's going to be your turn to travel. Okay, first things first, how do we even turn this thing on? Well, just like any cool gadget, the present perfect has some basic controls. But the good news is the formula is actually really simple. So here it is. The structure is always your subject, plus a little helping verb that's going to be have or has, and then the main verb in what we call its past participle form. Super easy to remember. Have goes with I, you, we, and they, and has is for he, she, and it. That's it. That's the core of the machine. All right, we know how to start the engine. Now for the really fun part. Where can this thing actually take us? Well, our present perfect time machine has 3 main destinations it can travel to. And these 3 destinations are talking about your life experiences, describing actions that are still going on, we'll call those continuing actions, and explaining stuff that happened in the past that has a big result right now. Let's take a look at each one. First stop, life experiences. This is when we talk about things we've done or maybe haven't done at any point in our entire lives. The key here, the exact time doesn't matter at all. If you say, I have traveled to 3 different countries, the important thing is the experience, not whether it was last year or 10 years ago. Okay, our second destination is for continuing actions. This is perfect for something that started way back in the past, but is still true or still happening right this second. So if you say, they have lived here for 10 years, what does that mean? It means they moved in 10 years ago, and guess what? They still live here today. The action is continuing. Now, with these continuing actions, 2 little words pop up all the time, for and since. The difference is actually pretty simple. You use for when you're talking about a period of time, like a duration, for 3 weeks. And you use since when you're talking about the specific moment it all started, like since 2010. And for our third and final destination, present results. This one is for a past action that's completely finished, but its consequence, its result, is affecting you right now. So if I say, I have lost my keys, well, the action of losing them is over, but the result is that I'm standing outside my door and I can't get in. It's that perfect bridge between past and present. Okay, so any good time machine needs fuel to run, right? For the present perfect, our fuel is the past participle. And this fuel comes in 2 main types. You've got the easy kind, and you've got the kind that takes a little more practice. The easy fuel, that's our regular verbs. For most of these, the past participle is exactly the same as the simple past tense. You just add ed to the end. So walk becomes walked, play becomes played. Easy peasy. And then you've got the tricky ones, the irregular verbs. These guys don't play by the ed rule. So eat becomes eaten, go becomes gone. There's no secret trick here. These are the ones you just have to learn and memorize over time. But don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to go memorize a giant dictionary. Lopez suggests a much smarter way to do this. First, just focus on the most common verbs you hear all the time. Second, make your own list of verbs that you actually use in your life. And number 3, the most important part, practice using them in real sentences. It makes a world of difference. All right, time for a really important mission. We have to avoid creating a time paradox. That's just a fun way of talking about a super common point of confusion, the difference between the present perfect and the simple past. They both talk about the past, but they are definitely not the same thing. So here's the golden rule, the one thing you really need to remember. If you say a specific, finish time, I'm talking about words like yesterday, last week, in 1999, you have to use the simple past. I went to the store yesterday. The time is finished. But if the time isn't specific or you're focused on the result, that's when you use the present perfect. I have been to that store before. See the difference? Okay, you've learned the controls, you know the destinations, and you know how to avoid paradoxes. I think you're ready. It is now your turn to pilot the time machine. Let's do a couple of quick practice runs.
Okay, here's the first one. I'll say it out loud. Complete this sentence. She live here since 2010. Now's your chance. Go ahead and pause the video right here. Think about your answer, and then just press play when you're ready to check. And we're back. Did you get it? The answer is has lived. She has lived here since 2010. We use has for she, and because of since, we know it's a continuing action. Awesome.
Ready for number 2? Here we go. They see that movie already. Okay, you know the drill. Pause here, think it through, and press play when you've got it. All right, let's see. The correct answer is have seen. They have seen that movie already. They always takes have, and see is one of those irregular verbs, so its past participle is seen. You're getting the hang of this.
Okay, last one, and this time it's a question, so pay close attention. Have you ever eat Thai food? Go ahead, take a moment, pause one last time, and let's see what you've got.
And the answer is, have you ever eaten Thai food? To make a question with you, we start with have, and the past participle of that irregular verb eat is eaten. Fantastic work. You are officially a grammar time traveler. For more practice and info, definitely check out Francisco's blog at languageinstructor.online/blog. Thanks so much for joining me, and don't forget to like and subscribe.